How's it going? Willie here from MLM Warrior Mindset. Welcome to part 2 of the attraction marketing system. As I told you before, today I'm going to blow you away. I meant it. I remember what I said. And now in this video, I'm going to live up to what I said. If you've already read the post, man, I'm sure you're already blown away. But this video is designed for the people who really just like taking action quick. They don't necessarily got to have all of the pieces. They just need a little bit and they can build off of it and be gone. That's the purpose of this video. So let's do a quick review. In part 1, we talked about making a connection. Making a connection is critical because making a connection is like building rapport. If you don't build rapport before you try to sell someone something, you will not make a sale. You will not sponsor new reps. It just won't work. I don't care how good your product is, how good your service is, how good your affiliate products is. It doesn't work like that. Trust me, I know, I've tried it, I've failed miserably at trying to do it like that. It just don't work. You have to follow the system. If you don't follow the system, it's not going to work. The next part we talked about was leading with value. Leading with value is not your typical, let me show you how to make $1 million. It doesn't work like that. Leading with value in this aspect is what I've learned from being a member of WWN. It's a very interesting thing that they do in the members area of WWN, and basically what it does is it shows you up front the value that you're going to get before you opt in, before you click on a button, before you do anything. They let you know up front what you're going to get, and that's what the true definition of leading with value is. It's not really about who's not doing what, or if you do this, I'll give you an ebook or whatever the case may be. That's not really leading with value. The next thing we covered was how to close the sale without actually selling to people. And this is where we really begin to use attraction marketing. The first two is like relationship builders, but this is where we really begin to learn how to use attraction marketing to sell. And when you use an attraction marketing sale, you want to make sure that when you're selling to a person, you know exactly what you're doing, but they don't know what you're doing. And that's the whole way attraction marketing really works. And we're going to get into it a lot deeper in just a few minutes, but I just want to review it for the people who may not have watched part 1. And that brings me to, if you haven't seen part 1, make sure you go back, watch part 1, or at least watch the fast action video on part 1. So when you're watching this video, you'll have a better understanding of what I'm talking about. So the #1 attraction secret, what is it, how can it help you, and how is it going to help you make more sales? And am I really going to live up to blowing you away? Let's find out. Education-based marketing is the missing piece of the puzzle when it comes to attraction marketing. Why? Because education-based marketing can do so many things. And if you've read the post, you already know all the things it can do for you. And if you haven't read the post, take a moment, read the post, come back to the video. Why? Because every single thing I do and every single thing I'm going to tell you now, I explain in great detail as an example of how to use it, how to apply it, what to do with it. And after every paragraph, I put in parentheses why I said what I said and why I did what I did. Very important. Education-based marketing is using market data to sell for you. Now, understand, when you're using market data, it's completely different from using your company products, your company marketing pieces, or whatever marketing pieces you have. It's a lot different. Why? Because it's real facts, it's third party that everybody trusts and know already, and you're going to reference them to wherever you got your data from, which makes it a lot easier for them to go along with whatever you're saying. Now, for example, let's just say that you were selling hair products. I don't know what you sell, but bear with me. Let's just say you're selling hair products. If you're selling hair products, and let's say that your hair products keep people from going bald, awesome product to have. Well, when you're selling that product, before you start selling that product, you have to do a little research in order to use market data. Basically, you want to know how many people going bald, when does it start, how does it really happen, and how do the things that people are doing right now cause them to go bald. Once you have that market data, you then want to input that market data into your presentation when you're out marketing your product. So how would you do that? Quick example. I'm still in my 20s, and as you can see, I have a receding hairline. So due to me having a receding hairline, if you walked up to me and said, here's some education on 10 ways to keep from going bald before the age of 40, or when you get to the age of 40, how you can continue to have your hair, statistics show, do you have 10 minutes? Let me sit down and run through this data with you. Would that interest you? Stuff like that is what really gets people going. Now, of course, if you're talking to a person that's already bald, then 9 times out of 10, they're not going to really be interested unless you got another piece of market data that shows them how they can get their hair back. Then, of course, you definitely got them on the hook. But let's go a step further with that. Because when you talk about the features of your product, when you're talking in education-based marketing tone or pitch or whatever the case it may be, you're not talking about your product. Although you're talking about your product, you're not talking about your product. You're talking about the features of your product. And if you read the post, you already know this. So if you're talking about the features of your product, a person don't feel like you're being sold. They're being sold. And that's the power behind attraction marketing. Marketing data is used to intensify people's pain. What that means is, if I got a receding hairline and you showing me all the things that I'm doing wrong to make my hair actually continue to go away and I can't have the fade that I like no more, then of course you got my attention. But now that you have my attention, what are you going to do with it? That's the question, and that's what it boils down to. Market data is just the final piece of the puzzle. You still have to use attraction marketing to bring me in, and attraction marketing does what? It makes me want to go to you. Why? Because I feel like you can solve my problems by telling me the features of your product. That's the attraction part. The marketing data part is intensifying my pain. But let's look at some real life examples. If you haven't read this post, let's just say hypothetically, you're a video person like me, and you haven't read the post and you're a fast actor. You just want to know a little bit and you want to go. Let's look at some real life examples. It's only 2 people that I know to date in the industry that actually uses market data to sell you. And them 2 people are David Wood and Mike Dillard, which should be no surprise to you when I say Mike Dillard. But because Mike Dillard has a generic product that he uses it with, and David Wood has his business presentation that he uses it with, we're going to keep this 100% generic and we're going to go with Mike Dillard, okay? Now, with Mike Dillard, I'm telling you right now, I want you to go watch the Evolution Group. Now, I want to prove to you how successful market data can be when you know how to use it effectively. I'm telling you right now, Mike Dillard's whole video is about hitting your hot spots. Even with me telling you that Mike Dillard is going to hit every pain spot you got when it comes to your finances, at the end, you still might decide you want to buy his product. That's how powerful market data is. And when I say, for most people, they hit your spot, they hit your button to build up the fire to a certain length, and then they start bringing in the pleasure. Not Mike. When Mike, with the Evolution Group, when he hit your spot, he keep pushing the button. It's like he just sitting there pushing it like, okay. It seems like when he gets to 100, that's when he stopped and he started bringing in the pleasure. But then when he moves you away from the pleasure, look at everything he does after that. Look at how many times or how many people he has in his presentation that reference back how well his product is doing as far as third party. But here's the key. What I want you to notice is, think about if them people wasn't there to reference to his product. Because you may be new, you may not be new. You may not just be having success in a business and you ready to start having success. Think about if them people wasn't there, would you still buy Evolution Group? I think you would. So I want you to go check out Evolution Group right now after this video is done. But before you do that, I have one more thing I want to share with you, because everybody can't afford $50, $100, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to give you a real simple book that you can use, because everything I've learned has been a collection of data up till now. But one of my breakthroughs happened when I read Chet Holmes' The Ultimate Sales Machine. Now, you don't have to buy the book. If you want to, you can go to Barnes & Noble, because I don't know, in Chicago, Borders is gone, unfortunately. But you can go to a Barnes & Noble, sit up in there, and read The Ultimate Sales Machine. after you read The Ultimate Sales Machine, it's going to talk to you about marketing data. It's going to talk to you about so much more than how to use marketing data. It's going to talk to you about a lot of things that you didn't really know, or you knew but you hadn't been applying because you was worried about it not working. The Ultimate Sales Machine book by Chet Holmes is really the only book you really need to read if you haven't read it, because when I tell you he hit every spot, he hit every spot. Now, don't be one of those people who always watch videos like I used to be, watch a video, buy a training, and do nothing with it because it doesn't do anything with you. Knowledge without action is meaningless. If you're not going to apply the actions, or if you're not going to be taking actions, what's the purpose in wasting your time watching a video? Serves no purpose. So don't be that person who just turns on a video and say, I'm going to watch it. No, be the person who turns on a video, leaves a video, super excited, and goes out and take action. Doesn't matter if you mess it up. It doesn't matter if you don't. In fact, I left a YouTube video up that I created before I learned how to do videos, and it didn't happen overnight, and I'm still not the best at it. I'm still learning as I go, but it's a learning process. So don't take this content and just sit on it. Take it and use it, because I promise you, right now, the only people that's using it on a scale that really is affecting people is Mike Dillard and David Wood. I know Larry Beacham doing it too, but when it comes to effectiveness, it really didn't push my buttons the way Mike Dillard and David Wood did. So take this, run with it, and this is Willie from MLM Warrior Mindset saying, I hope I blowed you away. Till next time.